Sometimes you just need silence to let reflections speak loud. Thoughts scatter in a closed space, swifting, sliding past your memory. Sometimes the blankness you stare at is the crowdedness of thousand words penetrating the darkest, deepest beats of your mind. Today it felt like I woke up in a different body, a body I'm not familiar with. The first thing I did was to stretch, to reach the ceiling, like I would arrive at something, a decision maybe. Is it really my decision? My parents always have the last say on things, as if I was a mindless dispenser, and the answers came out automatically, like they thought it would be, with only a push of a button. But even when everything are laid before me, they seems to me misplaced. They all remind me of this uncertainty brewing inside me like a storm. My ribs are hardly resisting. It seems to linger in everywhere, under my sheets left to be folded, on a pile of last week's clothes, or between pages of books. College. The word sounds foreign in my mouth, but I remember a large spread of color white, how it resembles both the plain walls and the leaves of my notebook. The restriction which tried to bind me, and my only escape, a blanket of creation. Now, inside the confinement of these four walls, I still see the color white clearly, the monochromatic horror of an asylum, the patient fear lunging in an emergency room, the white around my irises. I remember everything. I remember the nights I stayed up late, writing until my fingers got sore. I remember my instructor bawling because she couldn't understand how horrible and dangerous it is to live in this time. I remember my youth falling apart, a thief stealing one part after another. I remember them feeding me papers to memorize, to forget what I needed to survive. But then, I remember she said, aim the highest, for if you fall short, you'll still reach the high. I woke up today to an idea, a fear, that someday, the man I will become will regret his choices, will quit his job, for he had realized it's not working for him anymore. But all of my pain, my sufferings, and sacrifices will be meaningless if I choose to back out now. The only certain thing I need to do now is to recall what I have learned. 1. An equation means a term is equal to another term. That x is a summation of simpler terms which will derive to the culmination of y. 2. Each has a different time period. We have a list of things to do before, during, and after. 3. An agenda is better laid out in columns to be easily organized and segregated. 4. You can weigh the outflow over the proceeds before throwing on a decision. It is like going back to your inspiration and keeping in mind how to achieve it. 5. You can throw on a decision. I am a certified public accountant. I chose, I managed to be, and I am ready.